Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I will be sharing with you the strategy I use to analyze STEP index and other markets. I use pure price action where I concentrate on two things. I do concentrate on market structure and key areas or zones. So what I mean by market structure, we did talk about this on our previous video, but what I mean by market structure is when price is in an uptrend, moving from in higher high, higher low, higher high. Whenever it breaks this previous high, I draw my zone like that or my key area. So all I have to do is wait for price to come back to my key area to retest it, look for price rejection, then look for an uptrend. For the downtrend, I wait for price to push to the downside, push to the upside, then again push to the downside, breaking my previous low right here and giving me a new lower low, draw my key area right here or my zone, wait for price to come back to this area right here to retest, look for price rejection, then continue with the downside or the downtrend. Then we have the third market structure, which is called consolidation, where price moves in sideways like that. So what I do is wait to see if this price will break our resistance like this. This is our resistance, or it will break our support right here. So all I need to do is wait to see if price breaks my support. I'll wait for it to push to the downside and have a candle close below my support, wait for a push to the upside to retest my support, then look for an entry, a sell entry at this point. If price breaks my resistance to the upside, I'll wait for price to come back to my key area to retest, look for price rejection, then look for a buy entry at that point, and wait for price to push to the upside. That's very easy and very simple to recognize, guys. So all you need to do is be able to recognize about market structure. So I will share with you example of the strategy that I use. We are on an 1 hour time frame right here, and as we can see, after this consolidation, price pushed to the downside, then pushed all the way to the upside, breaking this key area right here. So I will mark this area right here. This is our high. I will mark it like that. And as we can see, then price pushed all the way, giving us a low right here. Giving us a low right here. So all I need to do is wait to see how market will react at this price zone right here, or how it will react at this price zone right here. Then again, we can see at this point, price was bouncing at this point. So we have a very strong key area right here, because if we put our horizontal line like this, we can see that price was reacting at this point. So this point becomes our very important point right here. So we will wait. If price breaks this point, we can look for a buy to this point. And if it breaks this point, we can look for a sell entry. And as we can see, price did break our zone right here. And number one to wait for is for this candle close below your key area, and price did exactly the same. And after doing that, it came back to retest at this point. So we have to know where to enter at this point. So what I normally do, I will put a small box at this price action right here, then move to my lower time frame to see how price reacted at that point and to get a very good sell entry. So we will move on to our 5 minutes. So this is our 5 minutes time frame. Now you can recall that we were waiting for price to this point on our 1 hour time frame, and it did. We were waiting for this retest. So we are looking at this lower time frame to look for a good entry. We can see after price retesting this point, Let me remove this box so as you can clearly see. So price came back to retest this point, and we can see this is a very good bearish engulfing. Your first entry could be at this point, but if you were late or you are fearing entering at this point, you can wait for price to come back and retest again. And as we can see, we have another good and clean bearish engulfing candlestick right here. And if we put our line right here, we can see that this point did not take off this point, meaning we are still on a downtrend. The reason I said at this point is a good entry, because if you did enter at this point, your stop loss, it is somewhere right here, right there. Why? Because if price will push back to the zone, that means we might now look for an uptrend. So that should be your entry either at this point or at this point. And as we can see, price did what? Price dropped all the way. You can see that strategy is a very good strategy, very tight stop loss, and a very good huge take profit. So that's just one example. I will share with you another example to show you how I analyze the step index or any. So this is the 4-hour time frame. We will take a look at this. So we can see price has been reacting at this zone right here. Sorry. We have this zone right here. And as we can see, price pushed all the way, forming a low right here, giving us our low right here. So we can mark also this low right here like that. These zones do help because they at times tell me where my take profits will be or where price might react at. So then we can see after price giving us this low, it pushed all the way to the upside, touched our zone, dropped, and we can see this drop did take off this previous higher low right there, then dropped, then again pushed all the way, came back to our structure, dropped. So at this point, we wait and see. We can see price was pushing to the upside, forming higher highs, higher lows, equal high, higher low, higher high, because this is higher than this previous high. Then price dropped all the way, breaking this structure right here, breaking this higher low right here, and giving us our new low right here. So what we need to wait is for price to come back, retest, then drop. So to have a good entry, let us look at this price action right here. Let us put a little box like that. Then move to 1 hour time frame to see how price reacted. This strategy, you can use it on any time frame that you are in. All you need to do is just recognize your market structure and have your key areas or key zones. So we'll go on to 1 hour time frame and see how price reacts. So this is our 1 hour time frame. We can see this is our 4-hour zone right here, or key level. We have another key area right here, because if we'll have a very good sell entry, this will be our take profit right here. We can also target this point right here as our take profit, this area, because this is the point price came from a low, then pushed the upside. We can also see that price came to this point and reacted to it before dropping. So we were at this point. So you want to see if there is a good entry point right there. Let me zoom it so we can have a clear view. We can see now price, after coming to retest this point, it did form a small consolidation right here on the 1 hour time frame. So all we need to do is wait for price to come now and break this structure, and you can see it's forming lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then lower low. It did break our structure right here, then came back, retested it. This should be your entry point right here, and as you can see, price dropped and it came all the way to our first target right here. This is our first take profit, and this is our second take profit. All the way it did drop. So all you need to do is wait, because we are on the higher time frame right here, 4 hours. Wait for price to drop, break your structure, then come back to retest and give you easy and good confirmation, entry confirmation. For this, you see, I did wait until price breaking this box right here. Though there are some people who would have rather entered at this point at the second retest right here, because this retest did not take off this previous structure right here. But it's always good to wait and wait for price action to show you direction, not to push and just want to tell the price the direction you want it to go. No, you need to be patient and wait for price to tell you where it wants to go. So that's it for step index. I thought of sharing this strategy with the different markets. So I will look for a very good market to share it with, but I will still use the same strategy to analyze another market. So we have volatility 75.1S right here. So let us look at this market, volatility 75.1S. We can see there is this area right here where price is reacting onto. We have this area right here. I will do this so fast. So we have this point right here. We can see price pushed all the way to the downside. And before giving us this point, this high right here, we had this low. I told you they do help in knowing where to take your profits. Then after price pushing to the upside, price dropped, then again pushed the upside, giving us a higher high than this previous high, but again price dropped, coming back to our key area, coming back to our zone right here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 candle close inside structure. So that means now we are not on an uptrend, because we can see this price movement here did take off this previous low right here and this previous low right here. So what we need to do is wait to see now if this price we come back to retest at this point, and we, as we can see, price came back, pushed all the way to the upside to retest the structure. So at this point is where you'll be looking for your sell entry. So what we need to do is wait to see if price in the lower time frame, we will have a very good entry at this point, because we can see after price pushing to the upside, it was unable to take off this previous high right here, then dropped. It just moved in a sideways direction, because we are on a 4 hours right here. So we'll move to 1 hour and see if we can get a very good entry right here, and our take profit will be this low right here or this previous low right here, that point, because as we can see, price pushed to this key area and reacted onto it. So these previous lows, these previous structures, they do help by showing you where your next take profit might be. This also could be a good also take profit area right here, because we can see price whenever it pushes to this area, it reverses to the upside. Whenever it pushes to this area, it reverses to the upside. So we'll have this also, I will consider this also as our take profit level, but do have a very good risk management. I always use these zones to know where my take profits will be. So we are at this point, we want to know how we would have entered at this point, because first of all, you need to wait for this candle to close below this structure on your higher time frame before going to lower time frame to look for an entry. So let us go to our 1 hour time frame and see where our entry is at. So here we are on with 1 hour time frame. So we need to see where our entry will be at. So after this point, remember this hour are our take profits area. Don't get it twisted. Don't be confused, guys. But if you have any questions, kindly ask me on the comment section and I'm willing to help. So this is the point where price came back to retest our structure, and we can see price was unable to break this structure and it's just dropping, forming lower lows, lower lows. Let us adjust this level to this point, because this is the point where this candle dropped up to this point now. So we'll wait to see if this zone will be violated. And as we can see, price did drop, breaking now this structure. Remember, we are waiting for a retest, and this is the retest. So we are looking for an entry in this area. And as we can see, after price breaking our structure right here, it did come back, retested, and then dropped, touching our first take profit, our second take profit, our third take profit, and it did continue dropping. So it is just that simple. So I will share with you the last example. And guys, if you have questions, kindly ask. If you have any suggestion, I'm willing to hear from you guys. So let us take another last example. So we are back on our 4 hour time frame. You can see price pushed all the way to our first take profit, our second take profit, our third take profit, and you can see we have this fourth take profit here, because if you see right here, we have this previous low right here. So if you draw your zone like this, you can see that it will give you another take profit right there. That's why I told you guys these zones are very important. And if you want me to do the next video about drawing zones, I'm willing to help. I'm willing to hear from you guys. So you'll take the last example with this move right here. And I love using fresh zones. So we can see price right here was bouncing and reacting at this point. We have this point right here. We can see when price at this point tried to break this point, but was rejected all the way back to our zone, back inside our zone. And then we have this previous low right here. I told you these points, they do help by noting where your next take profit will be. Okay. So as we can see, after price pushing all the way to the upside, it dropped, and then we can see there is this level right here where price, whenever price drops, it pushes to the upside. Whenever price drops, pushes to the upside. So we'll wait and see if price will break this point right here, this level right here. And as we can see, price did drop. We have a candle close below this structure right here. So we need to analyze this market structure right here and see right here. I do love drawing and taking both body close and the candle wicks to have a very good entry point. So this is how my market looks now so far. So what I'll have to do is wait now for price for a candle close below now this small box, because we can see there are just a cluster of candles moving up and down. having multiple weak rejections, so there is no clear move right here. So we'll have to wait for this price action to give us a clear move, and we were given by this candle right here. It did drop and closed below this structure right here. So we need to look on our lower time frame to have a very good entry point. So first of all, we look at how market reacted on 1 hour time frame, how market reacted at this point on our 1 hour time frame. So look at that. Price pushed all the way, and then we have this small zone right here. Remember, we were on a 4 hour time frame. Now we are on an hourly time frame, and as we can see, price did break to the outside, close to the outside, pushed back, retested this area right here, and then dropped. And remember, we did draw our take profit area, and this is the take profit right here. And as we can see, price did come and did take off our take profit. And it's a very good strategy, because as we can see, even the risk management is very juicy, because at this point, if our entry was at this area, and then we will have our stop loss at this point right here, because we'll wait. If price comes back to this point, let me show you. Let us take off this box right now. So our entry after this retest, this point, stop loss right there. I always use the smallest lot size, and then you need to be sure of what you are doing. Then my take profit is at this point right here. So look at that. Very beautiful strategy. And this is the point where my risk reward ratio is a bit big. You saw on our other examples where we were scaling down to lower time frame, to our 5 minutes time frame, we have very, very tight stop loss. So I will share that on other videos, but for now, let me share this. And we'll talk about risk management on other videos. So that's all you need to do. You need to know about market structure, mark your key areas very well, and be patient. Just wait for price to give you the direction it wants to go. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, kindly ask. If you have any questions, I am here for you guys. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed.